Okay, the computer's playing my favourite opening. Well, one of my favourite openings that an opponent can play against me. It's playing the Wandering Queen. So we had e4, d5. Now I'm going to capture d5, and we get queen captures. We get the Wandering Queen. The Wandering Queen. Love the Wandering Queen. Let's have a bit more light so hopefully you can see this one. So the next thing I do, oh sorry, d8 to d5. I've got to show it that I've done that. Now I've got my 30 seconds. d5 to a5. Yeah, so if you need extra time in this, you just wait till the computer displays its move, and then you just don't do its move for a minute. That gives you actually extra time. Timer only starts after you've moved that piece. So I've got 30 seconds now. Queen's going there. And the idea with the Wandering Queen is that you attack her. So I'm going to get this bishop in line with her. You attack her to keep her moving around, and so you're developing your pieces while this queen is just wasting moves, and as you see, nothing else developed. a5 to e5. Check. So now we go f1 to e2. And I'm hoping to encourage the queen to attack this pawn here, because then again it makes her move again. If she does, I just bring the bishop to here, and then when she comes for check again, put this knight there, and I've developed almost every piece. And there's actually a chance you can win the queen. Right, so what's he doing now? b8 to c6. Okay, so brings out a knight to support her now. So now I'm just going to attack her. So the whole idea of the Wandering Queen, the way I play it, is to chase her around as I develop my pieces. That's why it's one of my favourite... Let's just move that camera a bit. That's why it's one of my favourite openings. The Rio Chess Academy, which I got for £10 from a charity shop. Even has batteries in it. It even had batteries in it. e5 to e6. Okay, now we can castle. We could continue to chase her with this knight, but I'm going to castle first. Then I can move the rook there, in theory, in front of that bishop, setting up a revealed check on his queen. But I've still also got this knight to g5 threatening her. g8 to f6. That's actually making her run out of spaces she can run to, so I quite like the idea of... Well, first I'm going to just set this up. I'm definitely going to put that rook there, because she's now either got to move or be in a little bit of danger. Because I can attack her with that knight, which unlocks this bishop. Then the bishop can come out, maybe take his knight if his knight's moved to one of these squares. Okay, so c8 to d1. Or d7. c8 to d7 that was, okay. So now let's attack her before he has a chance to castle. Mind you, even after he castles, taking this pawn with a knight fork on his two rooks where once that other rook has ended up, it looks like he's going to castle queenside possibly. He's certainly getting ready to do that very thing. E6 to E5. He's not attacking that because it's covered by the bishop. So I've got other attacks still. I could just go for his king. I wish my rook was there. No, I'm going to do this. I was just going to say, I wish my rook was there now because I could have attacked his queen with a pawn whilst also covering my knight, but this is okay, this will do. E5 to D4. Okay, then we've got more. I could use the bishop to continue my attack on her. Let's do that. Let's just keep this attack going. I mustn't overextend. I've got a weak pawn here now, but this rook can just come here. Also get this knight here. That would allow this pawn to come forward, a sort of fianchetto style. Otherwise that's defending the knight at the moment, this pawn. So to push that forward, this knight could come here, and then I'm really grabbing a huge amount this knight and might take it, and then I've got a knight stuck in the centre. So there's a nice idea. D4 to E5. I think I'm okay, aren't I? I can still, yeah. Can I? Yeah. Let's just push the pawn forward then. The D pawn is now going to come forward. We can try and take with the knight, I suppose. I could have taken that knight first, couldn't I? I don't really want his bishop to end up in line here. I think that's a bit deadly. What I want is for his queen to be embarrassed, or just basically waste a hell of a lot of moves trying to survive my onslaught against her. This is why I love the Wandering Queen. Well, we're only 2 pawns down and the game is afoot. Holmes, the game is afoot. Sorry, Watson. E4 to F5 now. So what should my response to that be? I think my response to that should be maybe attack this knight. Maybe blast this open. Maybe blast open the D file. I mean, he could move the knight there, I suppose. I've also got potentially a pawn attack on his queen there at some point. Not quite sure how I'd do that. Oh, I suppose I'd have to have that pawn forward first. Then I could use the bishop to attack his queen, skewering this bishop. Oh, that would be nice. Then his king would have to recapture if this knight's moved. Yeah. C6 to E5. Right, he's done that move that we suggested, that we thought about. So he wants to get rid of this bishop, I reckon. He wants to capture that with check. But what has that released? Yeah, I hear ya. Okay. Had to move rather quick there. And that might be the wrong move. Well, I might have to move the pawn out from in front of my king. I might have to do the long walk with my king over to the queen's side to safety. Or just into the middle, I don't know. I've still got this pawn sitting here. I wish I'd got this pawn moved earlier. I wish I'd seen this queen situation of his earlier, because she could be embarrassed very easily at this point. Just haven't quite worked out how. What is it? A1 to A6? No, A7 to A6. Ah, okay. No, is it H7 to H6? I couldn't see the letter there. Okay. Goes to drive that back. I see. And I can't attack his queen there. Oh, yes, I can. Let's attack the queen. I've got teaching mode on, but it's put a round disc there. I don't know what that round disc means. I've never seen that before. Does that mean I'm attacking his major queen or whatever? I've never seen that symbol before in the display there. I mean, the batteries are running out. I haven't seen that before. No, it's not in the book. Just below there, anyway. Can she go anywhere? F6. What? F6 to E4? Ah, attacking my queen. Yes. Okay, I recapture. So we've swapped a bish for a knight. What now, Einstein? I fancy moving this pawn forward to there, attacking that knight. But I've got no light square bishop now. I probably need to move the queen. Oh, I wish I hadn't moved the queen now. She should be on the light squares now. I bet you he castles. Because I've got this as well. I can start coming up to attack all this. E5 to C4. He's not castling. He's attacking my queen. He's not only attacking the queen. Oh, that circle's come again. That's the only move I could really sensibly make there. I want this rook back here now again. And now I'm going to have to drive that away. I mean, I'm going to have to do the pawn. I still think he's going to castle queen, so if he even gets to castling, C4 to E3. Oh, takes the bishop, okay. I have to recapture. Well, that's cleared the air a little bit. I mean, the next move for me is obvious, really. Rook to F1 if his queen has not moved. But then maybe start to move these pawns forward or something. Or actually, I've got better way. No, E8 to... Oh, right. E8 to C8. Okay, so he's castled finally. Wait, I've got a check thing there. Let's have a go at with the rook to start with. Because I've got actually had a fork there, a fork check, but there's 2 pawns guarding that square and I've only got 1 pawn to eradicate the square with, which is a shame. And nothing much I can... I could have sacked, couldn't I? No, because I'm using that to do the check with. So that's a shame. Just something I saw. It's amazing how often people don't realise after they've castled that they've put their king into a forking position with the queen. F5 to G6, so it's something always to look for. Now she retreats to there because she wants to guard that pawn. Could start to blow it open somehow, I don't know. I'm going to attack that bishop actually. I don't like that bishop. Because he's still got a very weak pawn there. I need to run mine up. I need to run my pawns up. Was that E7 to E5? Oh, yeah, okay, I can close that up. I'm just going to leave it. I could have taken that, of course, but I'm not going to. Got a weak knight here now. It can sit here again. I mean... Where's my queen? And can I get to his back rack? No, she'd need to be on light squares, really. Queen here is nice, attacking that pawn there. F8 to C5. Takes the knight. Have to recapture. No question about that one. Okay, now he's got 2 pawns coming quite close to his king there. Can get a rook over, can get this queen over. The queen, actually, that queen move looks very important now because it defends both that knight and that pawn. And potentially this pawn as well. At some later point. What's that? D7 to F5. Attacking this pawn here. I'm tempted to exchange his powerful bishop for one of my rooks.
Are you sure?
And now move the pawn forward, attacking his queen. And maybe that round circle means his queen's under attack. I don't know. So now I've got 3 pawns in the middle. I think it was worth it for the rook. I think I've still got this queen move that are now... I mean, this pawn was looking like it could be attacked there, but I solved that by moving this one forward. E3 to E4, attacking his queen and also sort of taking back the control again. F5 to F6. So now I can do this move, and then we can bring the rook over and attack her again with my other rook in it before he has a chance to attack me. So we did queen to A3 we did there. C8 to Is that C? What's that? C8 to B8. I thought that's what it said. C8. King comes across. Okay, C5 to C6 has to be done.
Are you sure?
I think so. Did he have something else that I didn't know about? Maybe I should have done a knight move instead. I could have done just knight there, getting ready for check. Suppose. I don't want to do the rook to her now. I want to do the rook on this open file straight at his king next. I mean, maybe I should have done the rook and then that move. I don't know. But then he would go forward. But then the queen comes here, and then we've got checkmate here with the rook, pawn, and queen. So maybe I did do this all wrong. Maybe the rook should have come over first. B7 takes, C6 as expected. Now I go check. What colour squares shall I use? I think I should use the light colour squares for that check. King goes to A8. Pawn takes. Well, look, the fork's almost coming back. Yeah, I should have got this knight up first because I can attack his queen and set up the check because he's now going to F6 to C6. Oh, I thought he was going to attack me with his rook. Let's do C3 to D5. I might have messed this attack up a little bit. Now I've got a knight for a rook. C6 to C5.
Check.
I think that's inconsequential, although it does put me in a back ranking position, potentially. I might want to move another pawn up, reinforce this knight. I feel like the queen could be on this F3 square actually at the moment. Ready for some sort of revealed check. A6 to A5. What? No, it must be H6. Oh, I see, okay. Oh, that means they haven't got much. They haven't got much if they're just trying to do that. Okay, I'm going to just reinforce that knight. Actually, I should move the rook here, I think, maybe. D1. I still don't like how my queen is exposed to this double rook attack on the B file. And what I really want to do is this knight check with his queen's covering the damn pawn. Okay, he's getting ready with that. It's going to cost me a pawn, but I think it's No, it's not. I'll recapture immediately. So yes, I'm sure if he takes that. He didn't say, are you sure? I'm threatening that pawn and that pawn. He can obviously take that one. If he does, obviously I take that one. And then we've got the knight check, we've got the rook, and it's quite good. c5, d4, he's c5 to d4. Yeah, he's attacking the rook. So I'm just going to move this over to the b file now, and now I've got takes pawn with mate here. Potentially. Maybe.
Are you sure?
I think so, yeah. Well, he'll take the pawn, but that's okay, I think. Doesn't lose me material. If he takes c4, that's fine. He could trade the knight back again for one of his rooks, I suppose, in theory. d4, d4 to d5. No. What? He's taking my knight with his queen. Okay. I can only assume that he feels that the cause is lost if he doesn't do something. That knight was too much of a threat, I guess. I mean, I suppose he can now threaten my queen there, but I mean, he's not. I guess that's a blunder. It is supposed to have built-in blunders, this game. Maybe it's rewarding me for playing so well. Our queens facing it, kings facing each other in their corners. h6. What is that? h6 to b6. Oh! Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I thought that was the queen for a minute. Got this lingering doubt that his... I've just got this lingering doubt that I took a pawn instead of a queen. This happens with computer chess sometimes. That he's actually got a queen sitting there somewhere. And what I thought was his queen that I took just now was actually just a pawn. That happens. And you've got a where button there which will tell you where everything is. I don't know how to do it. I haven't looked in the book to how to do it. But this is all over now. b6 to b2. I mean, he's just going through the motions now, really. Let's take e5. Unless he can trap my queen, it's pretty much all over. I'm forking 3 pawns now here. Queen bang in the middle and the rook. I'm a bit disappointed that he gave me his queen, because I still think I think I could have come up with a nice checkmate there. So that's disappointing. b2 to e2. Let's grab that c7 pawn. And it's pretty much going to finish now very soon. cannot escape his fate. He shouldn't have moved that. That needs to come back to b2. It's the only way he can actually defend now. d8 to e8. So it's c7 to c6 check. Forking the rook, not that it matters, because it'll be checkmate with my rook on b1 next move. a8 to b8. Not quite checkmate, but almost.
Are you sure?
Is that his queen? Is that his queen there? No, it can't be. Why are you saying, are you sure?
Checkmate.
Yes, thank you. Oh, I don't know what the are you sure was there. So the Wandering Queen, one of my very, very favourite openings. A bit annoyed that the chess machine blundered. I'm a bit annoyed that it blundered. But it was an interesting game, and would have been much more interesting if he'd kept his queen. That's the Rio chess machine again. Here we go.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.